you're lying to me. And I was like, well, dude, I'm just making the point. He didn't say anything. Well, at that point, like, I forget, his words were, get out of my face, or get out of my way, I'm gonna, now he's getting attacked because the mobs, and I was like, why are they doing this to this guy? So, anyway, I'm gonna put this in slow-mo. Watch the woman here with the black beanie whose face is almost all covered. You can just see, like, her eye and her pale skin. She's the one that's gonna end up macing me. But, just watch how this plays out in super slow-mo here. So once he swung at him, I grab on this guy's arm and realize this guy's got like 60 or 80 pounds. I'm trying to hold him off and pull him back from this guy. And see, now when I'm pulling back so hard. So see, I mean, that's just totally using physics against me, right? Because I'm just pulling that guy as hard as I can, because that guy's way bigger than me. I mean, his arms are probably at least 2 of my arms, if not 3 of my arms. This is a big dude. And so when he decided to turn around and just shove me, I was already pulling so hard that way, I just went flying. But what sucked for me is that there's like a curb step right there, and my left knee just went bam right into the corner of it. So that's why when I come back, I'm running like a hobbled old man. But yeah, and anyway, I'm a little bit scraped up, but yeah. So I was just like, oh shit! I was worried that the pack was gonna jump on this guy. So as soon as I get back up, I'm just like, okay, where are they at now? So anyway. So now somebody's about to come smack. See? Okay. Watch this woman, too. Watch what's about to come up in her hand. She was thinking about spraying me right here. Watch. But she didn't spray me yet. And I didn't notice this because I was just trying to see where Justin was and come back. Can you see that can in her hand? See, she's starting to aim that at me right here. And I don't know why she didn't shoot. I guess she didn't get her angle right or something. But see, I just went gently by her. It's not like I shoved her. I'm just trying to get back to him because I just saw that somebody just came and knocked him down. And he's actually in the street right now, and a car had just come by. I mean, so I'm like, come on, man. So I'm just trying to get back here. I'm running a little bit funny because the knee is hurting right now already. And look how these guys are wearing body armor and stuff, too. And I don't know when this guy put on his gloves at, because he didn't have the gloves on at first. But you're about to see how this guy has red fighting gloves on. I don't know if they're MMA gloves or what. But I'm saying this guy right now, like, hey, man, come on. He didn't say nothing. And now... So anyway, I'm holding him right here. I'm holding him. I'm able to grab him right here. But see, this dude came and grabbed me from behind. But I was able to get my hand and pull pretty hard. And then I think with his force of pulling me, too. What was good about this is it got this guy off him for a second. Because I think had I not grabbed this guy, he might have been in trouble. Because they had him down on the ground off him hard. And then I think with his force of pulling me too. What was good about this is I'm holding him right in now. So anyway, I'm holding him right here. I'm holding him. I'm able to grab him right here. But see, this dude came and grabbed me from behind, but I was able to get my hand and pull pretty hard, and then I think with his force of pulling me too. What was good about this is it got this guy off him for a second, because I think had I not grabbed this guy, he might have been in trouble, because they had him down on the ground, but his man was right here in the green hat. I'm sure he would have done something. But I'm glad that ultimately nobody got hurt, because that's what I was worried about right here. I was worried about that they were just about to really mob this guy, and I just didn't want to see a dude who came out to support me get hurt and beat up here. So... But anyway, this guy's got me, and he's got me from behind. He's about to throw me, and then the woman's right back. You can't see her because she's behind, but she's just with the can, just ready to get me. And it's right there. Could you see that? See, as he gets me from behind, and get flung back. And for all the people accusing this guy of having a yarmulke on, that's his beanie, you guys. It's just like when people accused me years ago. I used to have my beanie that went through the dryer too many times, so it shrunk, and people say it was a yarmulke. This is just this guy's beanie. All the people saying that's a yarmulke, you guys are idiots. Idiots, man. That's just, his hoodie got pulled because of the fight. I mean, God. Anyway. But yeah, see, you can see the bear spray. I just got hit right there. And, I mean, you just talk about cheap tactics. And again, that's what I was talking about earlier. Just bringing peaceful tactics. We offered books and knowledge and put up with all their shit. I mean, I let him vandalize my signs, spray disinfectant spray all over me, say all this stuff. I didn't give him any grief about anything. I just laughed about it and was just like, I was saying, you guys, if you're against fascism, you guys should be embracing what I'm at, because I'm totally against fascism. And I was asking them if they agree on the definition of fascism. I was trying to get them to think about where censoring books fits into fighting fascism. And I was saying, shouldn't you guys have bigger enemies than a bookstore and even an author who doesn't like you? I said, who cares if an author doesn't like you? Don't give him any attention. I said, all you guys are doing right now is making this book a national bestseller. But then, you know, for our efforts, this is how it ended up. It's just like trying to stop a fight and, you know... Like, and for the woman who just did that to me, like, you know, I could understand that maybe there would have been a misunderstanding, but like I would have just barreled through her to go to Justin, but I put my hand on her shoulder and just went around her gracefully to get back out to the scene. And then, I mean, but it looked like she was following me to target me, and it looked like I almost got it seconds earlier. But, yeah, so... But again, the thing that really bothers me about this, that I think about more now, is how all of this was instigated so fast out of nowhere. And we're about to see how the one dude has boxing gloves on now. And then this guy's got the video up. And, I mean, here, if you just, like, read his comments. I'm going to buy your book, Andy. Because, again, he's advertising this, that we're fighting over his book. No, not at all, man. Not at all. Not at all. This guy's using our grief to sell his book. I mean, talk about a bitch-ass move, right? And something tells me that whoever recorded this for him and got him this video is all part of who instigated it. If you can see that I'm bent over back here, I'm totally blind right now. I am blind and burning. But what I am happy to see, because I couldn't tell what was going on. I asked people later, I said, was he okay? And people said, I don't think anything happened to him, but the person who got me is just like, look how pale they are. It's like is that a human being? It's like, is that a demon in there? Is that what David Icke's been writing about? Anyway. But hold on, let's just break it down some more. Oh, here, let me just tell you who some more of these characters are. You see this girl over here on your right side of the screen, the girl that has, I don't know what that is on her head, and she has her hand up by her mask. What was funny is earlier, before, like maybe 20 minutes for all this, she was giving me grief about not wearing a mask, right? And so were a bunch of them there. And then, like, after giving me grief, there's a donut shop across the street. She came back with a donut and took off her mask, and then she was, like, real close to me, and they're still talking to us, and she's eating a donut, and I was saying, how can you, okay, before you said you were wearing a mask because you didn't want to catch the virus, but now you're just going to eat a donut in the middle of the crowd with the virus down, and then her friend who has the big red boxing gloves who we can't see yet, he's like, dude, you don't get that you can't eat without a mask on? I was like, no, that's not the point I'm making. I'm saying if you're so worried about this virus, then why would you be willing to eat a donut with your mask off in the middle of the crowd? Just a whole cast of characters here, so... See, the man in the green hat's his buddy. He's just saying, man, come on, man. And now here comes this dude. I don't know where he put on these gloves on. He didn't have these on earlier. And the big man here, he tried to swing from too far out and lost his balance, and then I think he was embarrassed. Maybe he knew this was being recorded too, so he wasn't happy about his highlight. This guy over here has, like, the police baton. I mean, it's like, dude, I think this was maybe the guy who gave him the cheap shot and knocked him down earlier too. But, I mean, just what a bunch of punks, man. And none of us had done anything. None of us had done anything. This guy, before he was having to fight, he was just being totally cool with everybody. So, I mean, we were just trying to get Antifa to think about some things. But again, I mean, the mistake was trying to be peaceful with people that want nothing but you know, violence and chaos. And honestly, I'm wondering how many of these people are the people we read about in the headlines that were released due to coronavirus concerns in jails and prison. The man in the green pulled him back. And you know what he's carrying right there, you guys? You see what's in his hands? You see all these books? That is my first book, that massive thing, and then the other book there, because he came to get them both signed. And that's how I knew he was a real dude, because he had both my books printed out. There's not a lot of people that have both my books printed out. My first book was banned, and the only way to get it printed is on lulu.com, and he had done that. He followed the Jeremy White tutorial. Shout out to Jeremy White. And, you know, but look at that. That's a good-sized book, isn't it? So, And by the way, you guys, I actually found out that Powell's is already carrying my book. They actually had my book on their shelves. So what makes me sad about Powell's is they're making everybody wear a mask. You can only enter if you have a mask, and you cannot use cash. So they're totally down with the agenda. But there's actually copies of my book in the store. So I was not aware of that. But I guess that was one of the other good news. So I didn't have to do anything to get them to carry my book. They actually already had it. Hey, Antifa, would you guys go out and protest against my book? We'll see if we can get it to a bestseller. I'd really appreciate it. And here the whole time I didn't even realize they had it. And see, this is his wife right here asking him to stop. And look, he shoves her, man. I mean, come on. Look at that. He shoved her. Come on, man. Who's shoving a lady? But, and then here comes, see the lady with the bear mace spray? She's coming out here with that bear spray. I'm glad that she didn't spray any of them. And I'm wondering, what Yeah Right, the Matrix Reloaded wrote is he said, this is what they do. They create a diversion, a distraction, and then they'll go after people that they want to target. And I think that's probably what they did. They started this thing so that essentially they could mace me in the face. But yeah, Justin, at this point, I could tell he wanted to fight some more. He's like, all right, let's bring it. Which I understand, man. Somebody starts swinging at you. But yeah, it was too bad. I mean, he was a totally cool dude, man. He was a good guy. But, you know, you provoke a man, you try to fight him and knock him down and jump him. I mean, I appreciate the way he held his own. But yeah, this person right here in the leather jacket. That's the one that got me right there. Real piece of work. And you know what? The thing about that person is that person screamed the most at me to wear a mask before they did that. That they must have said at least 30 times to me that I need to put a mask on. And I said back to him several times, I said, listen, you're not making any sense. I said, this is an agenda, and if you guys are fighting fascism, which is the merger of government and corporation, you should realize that. Our government is lying to us to empower these pharmaceutical companies and whatnot. That's fascism. I said, you guys are being compliant with it by acting like we need to be afraid of the cold and flu. So, she might have also been the one behind, several of them came up while I was down on the ground, you know, blind, about how I deserve, they were recording, they all have their phones and they're recording everything too. They're a pack of they're all recording, and who knows, they're probably, if anybody attacks them, I bet they give it to the police and the police do something about those people. I bet that's how it is. But while I was down and blind, they kept coming up behind me and saying things like, that's what you get for not wearing a mask. That's what you get for saying the N-word. And it's just like, okay. Oh my God. So. But the good news is shortly after this, they all cleared out. They all cleared out, and then they weren't there Sunday. I went back Sunday. They weren't there, so. Given the one finger salute send off there, but yeah, that's kind of like exactly what's in the cartoon that predicts the first black female president, and how, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. comes back from the dead, but it's no longer the time for peace. The time for peace is gone. So I just don't know what to do, though. I mean, there's just not enough people that are willing to fight and support. And honestly, I was hoping a lot of people would show up Sunday after that happened. Even less people showed up Sunday. And it's just like, come on, man. Had Antifa been there, I would have been way outnumbered. But they weren't there. So that was the silver lining. All right, Truth Seeker. I think I'm going to go make a little dinner here for Sweet Lady. She's studying away. And remember to sign up for Free to Find Truth. Again, totally free. Social media for truth seekers. Way to